96 days until the midterm elections, and Democrats are pushing tax and spend bill. It juices inflation and harms the economy based on analysis from multiple groups. In a new Wall Street Journal op-ed, Karl Rove writes this, quote, "Voters didn't like this hocus pocus when Democrats tried it last year, and now they've also seen what unnecessary spending does to inflation." Joining me now, the man himself, former Deputy Chief of Staff to President George W. Bush, a Fox News, Fox Business contributor. Karl, don't you love it when I quote you back to yourself?
It's just music to my ears. Thank you, Dave. It started my day off well. Thank you.
How on planet Earth can Manchin and Schumer and their buddies and gal pals in the Senate and in the House push this tax and spend bill and think voters will believe that it's good when the economy is shrinking and inflation is roaring and raging?
Yeah, and they named it the Inflation Reduction Bill. And the Penn-Wharton model says that the impact on inflation is, basically zero, insignificant. And yet they're heralding it. The marketing is bad because it causes people don't like Washington. They don't like Congress. They distrust government. And this bill claims to do things that it's not doing. You're right. It's a tax and spend bill. And the more we're going to talk about this, the worse it's going to get. Oh, one of the members said, oh, it's going to help seniors with their drug prices immediately. Well, it has price controls on prescription drugs covered by Medicare that are very expensive and have no generic competition, and it's going to start in 2026, quote, negotiating, putting price controls on those drugs, but in 2026. So they're going to go to the polls in 2022 and say, vote for us because in 4 years we're going to put price controls on 10 drugs that you've never even heard of. I mean, this is, gimmicks throughout. And, ACA subsidies. Oh, we're going to spend $65 billion on ACA subsidies for the next 3 years. But they really want to make them permanent. If you include the 10-year cost of those subsidies, it's $155 billion more expensive. So, taxes. No, we're never going to increase. We're only increasing taxes on corporations. Well, the Joint Committee on Taxation of the United States Congress says $5.8 billion more in taxes paid next year by people who make less than $100,000 a year, and a combined $30.8 billion more paid in taxes by people whose family income is $500,000 or less. Well, I'll never tax anybody who makes $400,000 or less, said Joe Biden. Well, the federal tax, the Congress's own Joint Committee on Taxation says that promise is going to be broken because this bill is going to tax people who start making, getting a paycheck. You're going to be paying higher taxes as a result of this.
Because they think that raising taxes on corporations and with manufacturers bearing almost half of this tax increase, that's not going to have any impact on rank and file workers. The Democrats, just straight up with Joe Manchin, they foolishly believe the American people are stupid. And they don't
exactly. They're underestimating the intelligence.
That Americans don't understand that more spending fuels inflation. The Tax Foundation came out I'm not going to even call it what they're calling it because I'm embarrassed for them. 30,000 full-time equivalent jobs will be eliminated in the United States. Average after-tax incomes for taxpayers across every income quintile over the long run will be reduced, cut, lowered. The analysis says that long-run economic growth will be reduced, and the bill will worsen inflation because it constricts the productive capacity of the economy, that it crunches the supply side. But Americans don't even need to read this. You spend more money, you're spending hundreds of billions of dollars more, and you're fueling inflation while you're taking a chainsaw to the businesses that need the most help. Karl?
Yeah, our manufacturing base is a really important part of our economy and a really important part of our future. And what we're doing is we're saying we're going to tax research and development of new products and new processes. We're going to tax manufacturing businesses and make them less competitive versus their international competitors. We're going to lose jobs, the kind of jobs we want, working class, blue collar manufacturing jobs that pay well and offer steady employment and an opportunity to rise in our economy and our country. We're going to damage our ability to do that. And yes, isn't this a great thing? Look, I have one minor disagreement. We do need to read more. We do need to talk more. This needs to be a big part of the conversation, because you're absolutely right. The American people's instinct is you raise taxes when the economy is softening or in a recession, like I think you and I think it is, and you increase government spending at a time when inflation is already at a 40-year high and things are going to go sideways. And also take a look at the climate provisions. Let's take money out of the pockets of people who drive a car with a gas engine in order to help subsidize the purchase of a very expensive electric vehicle, which in most instances is a second car for an affluent taxpayer. How does that make sense? In Texas, 1% of our cars are electric vehicles. So we're going to go out there and tax the other 99% in order to increase marginally that 1%. I live in Austin. We got a lot of Teslas driving around, and okay, fine. But in Blanco, Texas, 50 miles west of here, they can't drive a car that only gets 240 miles before you got to fill it up. My brother came to a family get-together last week, drove from Denver to Reno. He was on the road for 11 hours driving the car, and he was sitting by the side of the road for nearly 5 hours to refuel it along the way by plugging it in. So, I mean, this bill is filled with special interest provisions. The Wall Street Journal has a great editorial today that starts to illuminate some of the favoritism to unions and to special interests and to certain people who've got a lobbyist and a loophole in Washington. Let's talk more about it, because the more we talk about it, the worse it gets for Democrats in the Biden administration.
Who wrote the editorial? Was it the editorial board who wrote it?
Yeah, editorial board. There's a great piece today in the Wall Street Journal that begins to illuminate some of the special interest provisions.
Okay.
My column is basically about the 4 things that make it less likely that voters are going to support this kind of thing. Doesn't it reduce inflation, overpromises, filled with gimmicks, and has tax increases on Americans. From anybody who gets a paycheck gets a higher tax as a result of this bill.
The editorial is called Schumer Manchin's Winners and Losers. It's that's the editorial that you were talking about. But just really quickly, I just want to note, one of the few areas in this economy where inflation is not a runaway problem is prescription drugs. So why are they, again, this has been their pet issue, but prescription drug prices have fallen over the last 4 years. And they're because of generic competition. Again, generic competition, but they're going to make this their pet issue. But as you said, they kicked that can down the road until 2026. Final word to you, Karl.
This isn't about reducing drug prices today. It's about having the drug industry, the pharmaceutical industry, become an adjunct of the government and have the government dictate what they research, how much they spend on research, and what they can charge for their product, and removes competition, which is the source of innovation in our society and our system. It removes competition in the pharmaceutical industry. We're taking one of the great success stories of the American economy, not just here at home, but around the world, and we're going to take a gun and say the government's taking you over. And we're going to put the same people who are in charge of the IRS and the Postal Service and have them be in charge of the important pharmaceutical industry. Really smart.
Yeah, ask yourself the question, do you think that these bureaucrats and these politicians are doing a good job spending your money right now? Because if you vote for Democrats, you believe that they deserve more money to make the same mistakes. I'm just leaving it at that. Karl, great to see you. Karl Rove. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.